Seniac builds a canal. Fish noises intensifies. Seniac makes a canal. The residents enjoying the scenery of ships going through in front of their houses. No one. Not a soul. Seniac. It needs a canal system. Seniac, how wide do we go? And how deep? Me. Indeed. Seniac, I'm going to build a canal. Amsterdam. It's blunt. Now we're talking. Guys! Welcome back to another episode of FishTown in City Skylines, where if you hadn't realised already, your boy built a canal last episode. I don't know what give that away. Which has really been handy because now ferries can pass through it to get to our dedicated fishing island, which we, at some point, we will build some residents on, well, build some residential areas on there and get it all up and running. At the minute, it's just been solely used as a kind of workplace. And it's a really good way to get people through. Now, last few episodes, we've been noticing that the industrial area, especially the fishing industry, has really been struggling. They complain that there's not enough fish, but at the same time, there's not enough buyers for the fish. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Someone said, "Yo, Seniac, you need more warehouses." I have warehouses. They are literally empty right now. They are freaking empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and first, there's many solutions on which we can do. I mean, I could build more export areas. I could build more commercial. I can build more office industry, even though, you know, it's a little bit counterintuitive, but sometimes that works. I could build more fishing harbors to collect more fish, to just kind of, you know, go hell to it and just get tons of fish so that they can't complain anymore. There's tons of things I can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly tick each one off one by one until we find the solution. Because we don't know what the solution is going to be. It could be literally any one of those things that I just mentioned there. So we're going to see what's going to happen. So today what I'm going to do then is I'm going to focus on exports. Now the reason I want to try that method first is because if it doesn't work, it's not a wasted opportunity. Because we could always benefit from more export areas on all these islands. So it's not a wasted opportunity. So that doesn't kind of fix our industrial area. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter because we'll gain benefits from the export areas in other ways. So before we get into it then, guys, this is our canal looking pretty swiggity swag. We've got all of our little cul-de-sacs passing through. It's a beautiful little area right now, and I'm really, really happy with how it's turned out. And again, guys, if you are enjoying FishTown, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, make sure you subscribe so you know if the next episode comes out. But we are legit going to start by building a cargo airport. Now, I've given it some thought. I do want to build it just here. We're going to extend this island. But what I'm going to do is, for the cargo airport, the runway is going to be almost parallel with this one. I don't know what that plane's doing. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, that plane has just taken an interesting turn. We're going to have the entrance to it come off this over here. So we're going to have to modify this little highway section there because it's a little bit too complicated to get over there. And I thought it's a cargo airport. Get it connected to the highway. Really good connection then to our industrial area. It will be pretty damn sweet. So, airport. Cargo airport. Just here. It's not as big as you think it's going to be, so I don't need to reclaim that much land. I'm going to pause, because, you know, I'm reclaiming land. And we'll bring it out to... Alright, let's take that there. Not make it natural, as much as I want to make it look natural. But I've got to be able to build some type of bridge over here. Now if I place that, oh actually, you know what, we can definitely go a bit bigger. I thought I had the perfect amount of space there. Turns out Seniac, you need a little bit more. So I'm just kind of semi-circling it. There we go. That should be, yeah, it should be big enough. So then what I'll do is some areas will smooth out wider than others. There we go. There we go. Right, is that our sand here? Yeah, this is where the sand currently is. So if I push it back to create that shoreline effect. Now it's got to literally wait for the grass to grow. That is all I can do at this point. I'm going to have to reset the sea level a few times, because we've caused mass flooding. And will it rise again, or was that literally just enough? It may have been just enough. Sweet, mate. Sweet. So to get this airport down then, I'm going to need to place down a road. So let me just kind of get it running parallel first anyway. So if I go down to... Right, let me choose this one. Is that one sticking out far enough? Yes. That will be fine. That will be fine. So, airport then. That's fine. That is legit fine there. Great thing about the cargo airport is, I don't know if you noticed, is there two variations? Yeah, you can get the normal one like that, or the large cargo hub, which has the train platform on it. So you can bring trains into this bad boy. Yeah, you see where this is going. Nice. Let's create a one-way road as well. So we'll go industrial road. You know, it's a theme of the area. And we'll then bring a road back down here. Right, and then we want to create or cause a... Do you know what would be a good idea, actually, just thinking about it? Pushing this up a little bit more. And just slightly repositioning the airport. So, because I want to get like with a nice straight road going up, leading up to it almost. So if I bring that to there instead. I just did that for a hot minute. And then we'll get our industrial bridge that will go over. And if I take it from... Right, this is going to be the interesting part now. Let me first figure out where the center is in all this. So going across, that is 48. So 24 is the center. Which I'm assuming is here. 23 versus 25. Oh, close. Close to the aqua, no cigar. There. That should be it there. 24, yes. So now we know where the center is. We upgrade this to be in that road. I don't know why I'm choosing to use this road, to be honest with you. We don't really need... No, actually, we do need it. Yeah, we do need it. So, bridge mode. To there. Is that all connected? Yeah. Simple bridge going over. And then we're going to get this all intertwined and connected right now. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pause quickly. I'll delete all of this just for a second. Bring this road and it's going to be normal. We'll have to anarchy it cutting through. To there. I'm just going to have a simple turn on and off little area. But we'll have to upgrade it so we can maximize and utilize the roads a little bit more. So if I came off here... It is going to be quite difficult because of how it all kind of connects together. So, right. Come off here by 15. There. And right there. I'm going to have to use a lot of the move it and bend it and twist it tool, as I'm now calling it. Right, so let me just roll with this for a split second, and we'll try and sort this out then. So, push this back a bit, push that back a bit. So if that went to there, let me just make sure we got this facing the right way. And I do the same over here real quick then. So if I push this up a bit, it means I could bend that slightly out So it's on a really awkward and weird bend, so we're not going to get it perfect. It will look slightly weird in some areas. So if that does that, I can then upgrade this section into that type of road. Because how it would work is, they come down in 2 lanes, that turns that way, and that one then goes straight over. That turns that way, and this one goes straight over there. So the traffic is not tripping over itself. Because I don't know how heavily used it's going to be in this area. I don't at this point. Alright, let's just kind of go with that. It's very funky. I'm well aware of how funky it looks right now. And right, that's then coming off. Well, I've still got Anarchy on, haven't I? Yeah. Let me just quickly get rid of that. Oh, I'm going to have to Anarchy it anyway. Just realise them. To there. So, flip that round. Bring the road off there to here. And then I think the majority of it looks pretty okay in terms of getting it all connected up. I'll bow this out a bit more here. Yeah, and try and mimic the wideness and bring this a little bit more in so it's a little bit more narrow. Right, okay. Right. Let me see then how this all connects up. So we've got... Now this is the awkward bit. Because it is going to cause some crisscross right now. Which is maybe why I should have got it to twizzle. Or whatnot. I mean... One side's fine, the other side isn't. So they're coming down that way. It's perfect to turn off there. Right, so it's perfect to turn off there and go that way. Come down that way there. So here I could have made it twizzle around there and kind of click through, but we'll leave it as it is. I don't know how much traffic we're going to get coming off of here. That way to come in. So it might be a little kind of saving grace for us. You never know. Right, what we are going to do though is we are going to upgrade this section here into the single lane because the way we're going to merge it in now. So making sure that everybody's in their right lanes. So when you come up to this area, you're either turning off or you're going straight on. And if you're going straight on, that's kind of divided into its lanes. So again, no one's tripping over one another. And I'll leave this as it is down here and just see what happens ultimately. We'll see what happens, okay guys? It's not perfect, but it's as good as... Oh, sand. And then brush size down. There we go. I thought I was flattening land out then for a minute. Alright, brush size up a bit. And sweet. Okay, so it shouldn't really cause much flooding. That it's probably not worth me resetting the sea level. There's a little bit there, but that's how it's going to go. We'll give it a few minutes to kind of allow them to update their roads and lanes. Some of them might be in a certain lane, which might make them turn and pull off. But let me just make sure we got water connected over here. Go back to the industrial road. Now, how close are we? We are by 5. So, something or other is going to have to take... Oh, it's so awkward that is. Yeah, because of how freaking close it is. If I pull that back and turn and widen that and... There we go. It looks a little bit more normal. There we go. That looks a little bit more normal-ish. Well, normal-ish. Yeah. And then power-wise, I'm just going to hook it up to a parking lot thing. Place one there and there, which is all the power it's going to potentially need anyway. And then we'll see what we get out of that. It's a very small runway compared to our other airport. It's going to be a while before we start seeing the grass grow back. And it'll be a while before we start seeing anybody using it as well. But what I can do is sort out all of this. So select you, select you, select you, and select you. And we'll just sort out the angles of these slopes because they're a little bit shocking at the minute. There we go. There's none over there. So it won't be perfect. They won't look amazing. But every little... Oh, wait, pause. I just realised something else. I deleted the train tracks, didn't I? Sonny, how can you forget about the train tracks? Now, this is going to be interesting. Delete back. Delete back. Right, this is going to be real interesting now. I got two options. I can just make it go... Take a wider route round, which is probably the easier of the two. I was going to say I'll make it go under, up, and under there. No, we'll keep it like that. It's the easier of the two. It's not the world's best junction right now. It's just to kind of get the bare minimum set up for this to start working. And for us to see some slight benefits from it. So it'll take a while anyway. But again, we'll give it some time. We'll give it some time. And what we'll do now is incorporate a few more boat export areas. If that makes sense. So... Oh, actually, should we actually hook this up to the train network? Now that's going to be quite interesting because then the question is, where do I hook it up to? I could hook it up underground. Let me go tunnel mode. Because there is a connection just here I can do. Let me get rid of the anarchy for a second. And let me pull this up here. There we go. So we have a nice little Y connection there. So you can go in both directions. Get this over to here. And then bring it straight up. So again, very basic and simple. But I just want to see how effective it's going to be. So we probably won't see any trains for the most part going in. There is a few vehicles now making their way over here. So it could be beneficial for a few people, which is pretty exciting. There is already a cargo plane now heading out. Only 5% full. But we've barely had any vehicles make their way over here. So off that goes. Right. And then we should set up a few more export areas. So the only problem is, right, is trying to figure out where would be the best place for... Oh, this is actually bringing in cargo. 35% full. Yeah, you can always see vehicles leaving. Well, let me turn the traffic lights off just here. So that continues to flow. Vehicles coming out. Okay. Okay. Right, I'm going to set one up here. I know it's a bit weird placing. But I feel like it's going to be a good idea to drop a connection just here. Nicely. Is that the normal harbour? Yeah. Now, we have no shipping lane coming through, so we have to kind of add one in. Ferry, this is the ship path. Yeah. So if I get it to pass through there, which would be quite interesting. I'm going to drop one just here. Actually, if I do drop it there, what's the benefit of having it here? Or if I try to utilize it in this little area, we'll be able to create something here that we can utilize the ships from. Right, let's bring it out by 5. Bring it straight down there. So we've got like a little backside to the this little section there. Now we'll have to anarchy this on. Then obviously using that little touch it mod, get rid of it there. Give it a bit of water. And becomes an additional area there to get some exports. Now this will be beneficial for this kind of area, but it also serves as a great little purpose. Got an export just there, one over here too, so it's all within the region. Not saying it's going to take a little bit of flack for over this, but it might spark all the vehicles that are coming down to these export areas from the other sides of the island. There's 2 closer versions up here for them that they could potentially use, which is interesting. So that plane's leaving with 100% load. This plane's coming in with 40% load. So we are actually exporting and taking advantage of the planes going in and out. Now, I don't know if that's from a train that would have passed through, or if even a train has gone through at this point. Oh, there we go. There's definitely a train now coming in. That's going to utilize this. I want to see how full this train is coming in. So, pause. Not that full, but again, every little helps. The small cargo on that plane and that train is quite a lot of cargo for a plane, if that makes sense. So we see how that rock and rolls. There's already vehicles now over on this side. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I feel like I need something over on this side as well. So I could utilize this peninsula just section there. I can maybe add something over on this side. We're yet to see... Oh, damn. As to say, yeah, we got 4 boats coming in. We're yet to see anybody kind of come over to this little cargo harbour at the minute. But yeah, we should definitely get something over here. So if I dropped you here, but I can't do it because the way the ships pass by. So where that connection comes in there, if I took it to there, is... Ooh, that is enough for this. Perfect. So it just gives this area over here a little bit more worth. And when I say worth, I don't mean like value, because obviously it's a negative value to the area surrounding, but gives more purpose to this area at the back. And they ain't really got to do anything over here, thus creating another export area for us. And we'll see how that ticks along. Oh wait, that's not a cargo thing, is it? I've just realised. Hold on. It's a harbour I've dropped down. I do apologise, guys. I do apologise. I was wondering for a second there why I hadn't seen any cargo ships heading over here. It just made complete sense then for a second. Oh my good god. Anyway, cargo harbour over there, one over there. We'll give it some time now for some ships to kind of set their routes and pretty much get over here, because look at the amount of boats coming in and out. If I can disperse them evenly all over the islands, then we got exports and stuff coming in regularly. On the regs, as they say. So, should we get some more fishing harbours in? I feel like we should. Let's get this road... Turn the anarchy off for a split second. So 20. Bring that up by 15. And then let's get a bend taking place here then. So anarchy that. 6 by 6. There we go, that passes through. And then we can utilize this for our fishing harbour. So. I'm just going to do I just do generic fishing harbours? there's no yield change on it. It comes with a moderate catch. Shellfish is the one that we could be looking at. It's a high rate catch, so maybe I'll just go with these instead. And I'll pause while I get this in then. So 1. The shoreline's... I'm going to have to kind of trim the shoreline a bit as well. Just so I can get these in. Right, wait for the water to settle. That should be enough, right? Yes. So 1, we've got 2 in. Right, delete this bend. We've got 2 there. Why can't I get that one connected? Right, 3. 4. 5. 6. It's better than nothing. I'd rather have them staggered than not have them in at all. Let me... use the Dutchman to get rid of the roads. There we go. That is now all gone. So let me get that road now in. So it's only additional 6. Nothing mental. Right, that's in. Which will provide more... well, not just more jobs, more fishing opportunities and abilities. There we go. And we're just going to set up the fishing routes now real quick. So we'll get that underway. And push that back. Push that back. That's literally all we're doing is creating these long routes. Because there's nothing mental we got to do. That's what we got to remember. There's nothing too crazy we got to set up. But our fishing industry is dying. Do you reckon we're like overfishing the areas and they're running out of fish? Is that a thing in the game? I don't know if you can overfish the waters. But that's what it feels like anyway. Right, boats are now going to be out there skedaddling and bringing back more fish. Which is going to be pretty nice. Still no ships that I've seen come to this one. Still no ships that I've seen come to this one. There is vehicles dropping off their goods there anyway. Same over here yet. I don't actually know who's going to use this one, but it's just there anyway. Yeah, that's driving in. So we will have some exports. We will at least have some exports. This is actually going pretty well. This cargo airport. It's a brilliant thing to get in. That's got 100% stuff on there. So that is now exporting goods for us. How much are we making on the fishing industry right now? Nearly 100,000 in expenses right now. Nearly 40% of our income is from the fishing industry. Making a 50G profit right there. So it does fluctuate between 100 grand. And I've seen it go back down to 70 at certain points. So it is all kind of over the place. But that's a solid staying in the 90,000s. It's probably going to drop down to the 80s. Nope, back up again. Back up to 97. So yeah, it's a solid one. It is a solid one. But we're going to have more fish now coming in right now from this new shellfish fishing grounds. Still waiting for that first ship to come into there. And so over here as well. It's just that waiting game. But there's less of them now complaining, if that makes sense. There is now technically less of them complaining. So what if I make, say this here? I want it to be filled up with commercial stuff. Will that dump out then from all the factories, the goods, and get stored over there? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but it's looking alright, mate. It's looking pretty decent. Oh, there we go. There's our first ship there turning in to come over to this side, which is only 8% full. I'm trying to turn it off there. Oh, there's another one. That's 16% full. So I wonder if it disappears or if it sets sail again. That's dropping the goods off. Yeah, it disappears. That's okay. That one should disappear as well, unless it sets sail off as well. Right, so we've seen 2 coming on that side. Still yet to see any of them coming over here. But I now know that one's working, so we're all okay. What storage we got over here then? Still only 1%. I don't think we're producing enough to have that extra stuff yet, are we? I mean, there's a lot of fish coming in on the boat, so they can't really be complaining. But it's just boat jam right now. It's just a huge boat jam. Right. Okay. Okay. These are pumping out the fish like you won't believe. That's sending over the boats. That's now 2%, so it is filling it. It's just we don't have the additional fish. That just brought a boat in. Still yet to see a boat over here. But I don't think there's really much need for that anyway. It's just there in case we do need it. So still complaining about there's not enough fish. It's like, how much more fish do you need? I suppose we'll never know. We'll never know how many fish they need. So where else can I put down some fishing docks? I mean, I have all this space around here to play around with as well. It's not like I'm, you know, lost for space. I've got plenty of room. Let's get a few in here. So which is the shellfish ones? These ones? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get one on the bend? 5. Look, an additional 5 getting thrown in like that. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Right, that's all gone. Gonna quickly pause it. Get the road all back in. And then let's set up them fishing routes then, boys. There's a lot of crisscross happening right now with all these fishing routes. But at the start, I was quite picky and wanted it quite nice and perfect. And now we're at the stage where we'll just accept whatever they can grab. We don't really care anymore. We've lost our little happiness of making it look wonderful and beautiful. So send some more fishing boats out, boys. Collect as much fish as possible. See, now we're losing money. And it all depends on whether it makes 70,000 or 90,000 in the fishing industry. It just shows you how much this economy is running off the fishing industry. So, there's a lot of stuff going on over here. We've got to think then of ways in which we can connect that. Oh, it's 26% there. That's okay. That's shooting up. Do you reckon it's going to be a good idea to get this island hooked up to this the main island with the train network for the exports? I think it's going to be quite important to do something like that. But of course, we've got to get that connected. Now, I could do it underground. So the train... So if I just kind of create the underground network up here first, so basically let's get these guys connected. So that comes from there to there. I need to get some form of a connection from here. So if I did that to there, so it connects here. So that is technically connected to the same network, right? It's connected to the same network. So then what I do is if I create... If I create here... Let's do it in the center. Right, pause. Straightish connection to here. And right, is there train tracks there? Yeah. That is technically allowing me to go both ways. I know it's very complicated right now what's going on. But we've got this. Alright, delete it back by 2. So I can then bring this down. Right. You see where this is now going? So directly to there, which will allow us to naturally export to the cargo the cargo plane figuramajig. What's it called right now? Cargo airport. Jesus, boys, that took me a while to say that. Or take it down to this area over here. But more importantly, the island is technically connected with exports. So if all the fish over here, if they're complaining on the main island that there's not enough fish because they're technically waiting for the fish over here to get over there, the wait is no longer going to happen because we can just dump it all out of here via the trains. So it'll be interesting to see right now then if they all just a sudden start throwing it all onto trains and then pumping the trains out of here, out of this island. That would be interesting. So the train already there straight away, which is going to over that one, which is fine. I got to give them a few minutes to realise that they now have the ability to kind of send it to the main island. And vice versa as well. So there we go. There's our first train now pumping out. So off it goes. And it will take a hot minute or two for everything else to kind of sort itself out. So where you're going to, oh, it's going to the airport. So it looks like a lot of it could be just being shipped over to the airport in general. Which I ain't going to complain. It's still an export at the end of the day, isn't it? Another ship coming in. Oh, we actually have a ship over here. And it's transporting goods to over there. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay. So what is our unemployment like then? It's only 5%, so we're doing okay. We do have enough room though to place down some more commercial, which could be beneficial. Could be very beneficial. So let's get a few of these roads up. And right, that is 10 off. So if I come out by, well, I can either do it like this, but how much traffic do you reckon that will cause? Do we have traffic lights on these? No. So it might not. I want to fill it all up with commercial, which might spark the buyers for the products. It might not. It might not at the end of the day. But satisfy that little bit of commercial demand that we do have at the minute. That is creeping in slowly. And there's a lot of trains right now. There's a lot of trains pumping out. So where are they going? If I check the underground tunnel, how many of them are crossing over this way? So one's going straight out. Here comes the second one, going straight out. Third one, straight out. That one's going straight out. Straight out again. So they're all just generally leaving the area. So we can have some big exports on the way from those. How much is this for right now? 39%. Now, is there less buildings now complaining? I feel like there slightly is. Even though there's still not enough buyers for the fish, but we've got ships coming in like you wouldn't believe right now. A lot of freaking ships. Even though we have now set up the train network, they're still going to bring them in like crazy. Which you're probably going to make this overwhelmed. So he gets up to here then, and they're all going to the airplane. Cargo airport. Almost forgot what it was called again at that point. So we satisfy that commercial demand then, which does create a few more buys of the products and so on and so on. 99,000 right now. Can we get over 100,000? We're consistently in the 90,000s in terms of weekly profit from the fishing industry. It's like we've literally capitalized on the whole market and we can't find any more buyers, and we're literally just scraping the bottom of the barrel just to get some freaking buyers. Now, with that here being so populated, this export area, is it worth me build? Oh my good God, look at the gems we have right now. I might need to set up a secondary shipping route here. So if I also allowed them to bypass that section there, if they wanted to go out this way, they can do that. And if I set the ships up on that route there, it might allow them to turn in a bit. But it's not enough for it to be a shortcut route, if that makes sense. So I'm just setting up a few different routes. Because that's something else you don't really, people don't really think about, or they kind of forget. It's like the shipping routes. You have to treat them like roads. You need alternative routes. You need shortcuts. You need bypasses. There's something else that and I forget that quite a bit as well. Right, there's not that many. There's a few complaining over here right now, but there's not as many as before. There's, I say, roughly about the same amount. It's now just different buildings complaining, if that makes sense. And it probably is going to be ideal to get another export area set up. Now, would it be too much to drop on here? Yeah. Of course it is. Of course it is. But it's where I place it, though, is the question. Got a huge backlog there of them trying to get through. Let's try and get over to there as well. It's crazy how shipping is the #1 method to transporting the goods in. And out, for that matter. I find it really interesting. Right, that commercial demand has now spiked back in again. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to delete these power lines because we don't need them to there. Right, we need them to there though. And we'll get some road connections now in then. So let me first look at this area. So 10 mark is just here. So if I come out by... Alright, let's just go by 7. And a 6 by 6 for the bend. And do I do like my own makeshift cul-de-sacs like that? Yeah. And then drop down our high density commercial, fill in all these little gaps. There we go. So play mode, does it have water? It does now. And then we'll sort out this as well. So bam, nice little connection. Bam, nice little connection. Makes it very walkable, this area. Satisfy that commercial demand as well, which should not say it would be all the buyers for the products, but it becomes a few more buyers. Well, that's starting to slow down right now, this little backlog. We're getting through it to some degree. Right. Okay. I'm just paying attention to how it's all rocking and rolling still. Yeah, we are gently getting through it all. More boats coming over. Right, good stuff. So, that commercial, there is a nice big chunk of commercial over here right now. Look at them, the huge commercial district that we've got built up around here. We'll have to fill it with all residential anyway, to make sure that, you know, we've got enough people there to buy the products here, because you don't want the commercial area to start dying out. That won't be good. That won't be good at all. But it's something that we are conscious of that can potentially happen. It can potentially happen, so we're just going to keep an eye out for that. And how are we doing now then? So, yeah, there is slowly but surely becoming less people complaining. Slowly but surely. Are we seeing traffic jams over here? Yeah. So I pause. I know I've got to do some management on this. Looking to sort out that lane management real quick. Oh, there was no jam anyway. Was there? There wasn't really any jams to begin with. Right. Right. My other option is to delete this whole section there, and put down a cargo harbour. That's something I might experiment with in the long run. Because there's not much really not much traffic, is there? Right, if I get rid. So there's one left. So it can't connect to route. Alright, if I do a route there then, its own dedicated route. There we go. Now this is going to be our little test run. I know we do a lot of test runs. But this is definitely going to be a test run. Because I'm not sure how I feel with it being so close. But it's another really close export area. Now I've gone for this one just because it's a bigger version. It'll be able to handle more cargo at once. I could hook up a train if I need to. So we do have that option as well to connect it all up. But we'll see how that goes on as well. It's a pretty quiet loop, this one. It's the quietest one out of the three. So that's why I've stuck it on this side. And then we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it ticks along with that then. And with the additions to the train network as well by connecting it all up. We're not really seeing too many improvements. Still in the 90,000s in terms of income. And my commercial demand is back up again. Holy smokes. Right, so how far does that area go? Because it's a tourist area, this is. Kill all that off there so they can place down normal commercial. And I've got to do other stuff eventually, like the eco commercial and all that kind of stuff. That'll be all good to get in. So it's got the water. The only fear I'm having right now is they're going to be so much commercial that we're not going to have enough shoppers. Now, we have no residents on this side of the island at all anyway, so I have a feeling this is going to complain. They were complaining before, but like the tourists are now just kind of sorted themselves out, so they've got the buyers for the products. And let's hoping all this commercial can, you know, suck up some of these buyers. I'm hoping everybody wants to buy fish. You know, that's what it could be down to. Everyone's just getting fed up of having to buy and eat fish. So yeah, that could be the issue. Right, boats are coming into this one right now. So it's an additional export area. We see how it just naturally just ticks along, but what's the boats like it's bringing in? 16%, 20%, that left at 4%. It'll take a while before we start seeing the full benefit of that one. And that commercial is slowly getting added in, which also needs jobs, which is bringing down unemployment. It's so freaking low. That's why we've got now a nice big chunk of residential demand. But everyone that gets built, it's something that demands product. And how much do we have stored up over here? 40%. At any point, I can dump and sell. For the big bucks. Don't forget that, boys. For the big bucks. But yeah, it's definitely interesting, isn't it? I think we'll end it for here anyway. And give it just some more time, but not enough buyers for the fish. We'll also, before we go then, we'll place down a few more fish markets. Now we've got a couple dotted around. I'm not saying I need like tons more, but it could be beneficial to get a few more in. If I squeezed... Right, let's turn the anarchy off while I place these in. Let's squeeze one there. So we've got an additional one over there. I know we have our subway stop over here, don't we? Yeah, it's right there. So I could place one here for the sake of having one there at the end of the subway stop. We have some public transport connections just here. So I'm going to squeeze one in just there. It's got water. It should have the power. Yep. Just a few more ways in which we can potentially sell the fish. But it's a vicious, never-ending cycle. Provides more jobs. But we really do have a ridiculous amount of fish that we need to try and sell. It's never-ending. It's a never-ending, beautiful cycle. So 38%. All our, there we go, 100,000 in the bank. Oh, damn. So 38% of our entire income in FishTown comes from the fishing industry. Let's let that sink in. That's crazy. That is crazy money. And I think on that note, guys, we're going to end it for here. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.